Welcome to a bonus episode of the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. I've been getting lots of questions about the conference, so I thought I'd pop back in here one more time before the cart closes for ticket sales and before scholarship opportunities end. We are coming up on that time. I think we're just like 2 or 3 weeks away. So if you're looking for new and different ways to increase both foot and online traffic to your store, of course, with the ultimate goal of increasing revenue and just growing in general, and you're not afraid to use technology to do this, this conference is for you. We're going to be talking about software. We'll be doing workshop style sessions. You'll be working in a Google Sheet. It's 2025 and it's time for brick and mortar store owners to embrace advancements in technology. Is tech the only way to get foot traffic? No, of course not. But at this conference, it will be a focus. Now, I have the agenda and the session topics finalized, so let's chat about them. And I don't have the time, I'm not going to share all the titles. The titles don't matter. But I think what's important is that you can kind of see some of the topics that we're going to discuss. So, we're definitely talking about consumer behavior. We're talking about your customers and the platforms that you choose to market on. Are they the right marketing platforms? We're going to talk about Google. We're going to talk about ManyChat, AI for sure, artificial intelligence, analytics, and tracking analytics. We're going to talk about people counting, like foot traffic counters, and we're going to do like a fun exercise on vision boards. And this doesn't even include the small breakout sessions that we'll have so that everyone attending can talk to each other. There's usually so many more things that come into play when I host these events. But from hosting previous in-person events, I've learned a few things. So for example, something as like minor as this. For swag, we're going to keep it small and simple so it's easy to pack, especially for those of you traveling by plane. Instead of more swag, we're going big with door prizes. So far, I have 2 door prizes valued at over or approximately $1,000 each. They both involve helping store owners with foot traffic and sales. Of course, right? It's on theme. Hosting in-person events, it's a massive undertaking. So you'll notice that I don't host them annually. However, I know that they're incredibly impactful, and when our bandwidth allows, we do our best to host them. In-person events also require really big budgets and an inordinate, why am I saying that wrong? Inordinate amount of time. A crazy amount of time. I won't sacrifice certain aspects of an in-person event because even though attendees may not realize it, many of the details and touches at a Savvy Shopkeeper event are what contributes to the overall experience. The ticket price, it's an investment. I completely understand that. But it's an investment in the content, in yourself, and what you'll learn. I've mentioned this before, but when I personally invest in something, I always challenge myself with multiplying the investment. So for example, if I pay $200 for a short course, I think, can I make $1,000 with that course? That's a 5x ROI. If I invest $10,000 in something, can I make $100,000 with it? And yes, I have done that. I have turned $10,000 into $100,000. I will be teaching lessons, concepts, and sharing about resources where store owners will be able to multiply their investment. So if the ticket and the travel costs you approximately $2,000, like I said, it's an investment, you should be able to not only recoup that $2,000, but multiply it for an ROI. I am giving away some scholarships. I want to make sure I mention this. So if you're on my email list, check your email inbox this week. We're giving away more scholarships to Master Shopkeepers members, but I am giving away a couple spots to non-Master Shopkeepers members. How are these scholarships made possible, if you're wondering? It's from the Savvy Support Fund, which I've had almost from the beginning of this business. You can learn more about it by visiting savvyshopkeeper.com / I think it's Savvy Support Fund, but you'll find the link to the Savvy Support Fund in the footer of my website. That's savvyshopkeeper.com. Anyhow, The Master Shopkeepers application closes today. But everyone in Master Shopkeepers already knows about the application, so it's not like I'm throwing this at them. And I can't think offhand when the other application will close, but it's definitely within a week of this podcast. The cart for ticket sales will close in April. And you know what? As I'm recording this, I think I'm going to drop down the ticket sale price. It's $1,395, $1,395. I'm going to make it the same price as it was before, $1,195. I just think it's really, really important that I fill up every seat in this room, not because of me, but because of the experience. I know now from hosting 2 retreats in the past, they're incredible. And I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. So I'm going to take the price down on the website back down to $11.95. And we're going to leave it that way until the cart closes. It's really important that we close the cart in April because we need a final count and we need to start communication with attendees as soon as possible. So we need about a month to do this. We're getting down to the wire is pretty much where we're at. You might be wondering, why is this conference different? It's about learning through experience, like implementing strategies, hopefully on the spot, like hopefully in like the analytics, taking some of that information that you already have, plugging it into the tool that I'm going to give you, and learning immediately about what you should be doing more of and less of. Building relationships that last long after you leave too. That's another big one. And at the end of this conference, or at the end of each session, it's important for me to tell you, I'm not going to be selling you anything. I mean, if you join us and you're not in Master Shopkeepers, you may want to join Master Shopkeepers by the end, but I'm not doing an entire pitch on Master Shopkeepers during this conference. I will also mention some tools, but again, no pressure to sign up or use them. This conference is really about teaching you and getting you to connect with other store owners. It's about getting you to increase your traffic, both foot traffic and online. Plain and simple. It's not just a conference, it really is an experience. We know store owners are busy. You wear 100 hats, and stepping away from your shop isn't always easy. That's why we've made this kind of an all-inclusive experience. There are no other ticket levels. You get everything with one ticket price. You can focus on learning, connecting, and growing. Now, the one thing that isn't included is travel and accommodations. But we have an entire Google document to help you plan, and we have a private Facebook group to help you coordinate with other store owners. That is really helpful because the one thing that we learned was after you buy the ticket, you want to figure out, can you tag along on an Uber or share a ride from the airport to the hotel? Or, some of the people already in the private Facebook group, they've booked Airbnbs. There's like 2, 3, 4 people to a house. So we want to make sure that you have those connections so you can save money on travel and accommodations. Okay, so here's what's included. The event, of course, they're intimate and they're generally under 50 people. At the most, we'll have 60 people at this event. So they're personal and special. All meals, because who wants to worry about where to eat or standing in line at food trucks or having to hop in a car and worry about timing? You're going to have everything served to you there. A happy hour event with a special interview. This isn't just about networking. This is about a deep, meaningful conversation with someone that I know will inspire all of you and motivate you. And this year's feature interview will be with Amanda Herring of La Petite Maison in Utah. It will be an incredible conversation about Instagram, about her business too, but the focus will be about Instagram. High value door prizes, like I mentioned, not just a mug, a tumbler. I'm really trying to minimize all the extra stuff. I want to give away things that are going to make people scream in the audience. And the magic, it's in the connections, the energy, and the breakthroughs that happen when you're surrounded by people who get it. This is the kind of event that leaves you fired up, focused and ready to take your business to the next level. Like I remember some people after the retreat, they were like, "Oh my gosh, like this is so exciting. I have so many ideas. I'm so inspired. I'm so inspired by other people around me, and I'm so motivated by what I learned." And it isn't just learning from me, it's learning from the people around you too. And again, doing all of this without feeling like you just survived a marathon of sales pitches, because I'm not going to sell you a thing. So the big question, are you going to join us? If this episode has you excited, I want you to grab your spot now. We've already sold out of the first 2 groupings of tickets. So I'm really going to encourage you, if this has been on your mind, I really think it's worth considering. I know that it's an investment of time and money, but I'm incredibly excited about it. So if I'm excited about it, I can only imagine what all of the people who already grabbed tickets feel about it. So you're going to head over to savvyshopkeeper.com/conference, savvyshopkeeper.com/conference to get all the details and grab your seat, because this is going to go away. And if you're following any of us, or if you're following me on Instagram and you're following, what I meant to say was like the journey and what people start sharing, don't have FOMO. It happens all the time. And I don't know when I'll be hosting another in-person event. It really kind of just depends on what we have on our plate for Savvy Shopkeeper and the bandwidth for my team, for me, and all of that. There is no cadence when it comes to in-person events. I don't even think it's like every other year. It really is dependent on when we can do it, and I don't know when the next one will be. So go ahead and go to savvyshopkeeper.com/conference and join us.